Grace and peace, family. Grace and peace. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. Ma'at hotep. Namaste. Free the land, beloved. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Welcome to the Vicki Show. Right here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com, the network for melanated women just like you. And shout out to our brothers that's in the digital building that's always holding us down as well. We're so pleased that you are with us today. Dear family, we went somewhere yesterday in the discussion of our dear brother, Jacob Blake. What a powerful and frankly prophetic name, Jacob. Our dear brother who was shot in the back about 7 to 8 times by American military race soldiers. Oh, we're holding court today. All rise. Before we go further, because I want to give you an update today as you come in, please come in giving us the thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like, be sure to share. Be sure to text the word Queens to 31996 so that you're able to receive phone notifications when we go live from time to time. Would you do that? Also, dear family, I want you all to know that yes, in just a few days, this Saturday, not even a weekday, this Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, I am conducting my first ever 2-hour A Course on Angels. It is a separate mastermind, a separate online convening than my regular Wednesday night mastermind that I do each week. But we have 2 options for you to participate. If you join my weekly mastermind right now for $1, for the first 30 days, it's $1. You go to clubvicki.com, clubvicki.com, you are allowed to participate in the Course on Angels, a 2-hour Course on Angels this Saturday for free. If you choose not to do the mastermind, the weekly mastermind, which is totally fine, you do not have to do that, obviously, and just want to attend the Angel Mastermind, go to flynubianmastermind.com. That's flynubianmastermind.com. Shout out to our beautiful moderators, Candy and Michelle, that I see so far in the digital building. Shout out to you, Silent D Production, for the first gift supporting Black media financially. We bless your gift 1,000-fold. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Be prepared for the word on Judge Vicki Dillard as she brings the fire. Thank you, beloved, for your kind words. Beloved, so again, 2 options so that you can attend my 2-hour I'm not even gonna call it a mastermind anymore for the most part, but my 2-hour Course on Angels. It's going to be absolutely amazing. You know how I know? Because it didn't come from me, baby. I got these downloads and it's meant for you. So if you're someone that's looking for a life of more purpose and power, this is for you. Again, clubvicki.com. If you join my weekly mastermind for $1, the starting for the first month, you can automatically attend Saturday's 2-hour A Course on Angels. But if you just want to attend the 2-hour Course on Angels, which is totally fine, go to flynubianmastermind.com, flynubianmastermind.com. Just a little bit more, just one other little housekeeping thing before we get into the more into the topic. Please know that These are very important. Throughout the show today, our beautiful moderators are going to have important links that they're going to put in the chat. Even when I don't mention it, throughout the show, you're going to see important links coming through. So please pay close attention to those because you might want to follow up on those at the end of the broadcast. Shout out to you, Naturally Tour, for your gift, just for being you, Queen. Thank you for supporting Black media. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. You and T. Mixon. Thank you so very much. We're making a difference. We're making our mark on the world that can't be erased. I'm gonna need somebody Black to talk Black to me, family. We are still Listen, we are still in holy uprising. We're watching with our own eyes Kenosha, Wisconsin. That is the city where our brother was shot 7 to 8 times in the back while they pulled his shirt in front of his babies. It's on fire, baby. Shout out to you, my beautiful sister Kim, Koenig 713. I bless you, my dear sister. Shout out to my other sister, Nancy King, and others, family. When you come in, feel free to put your city, state, or country. Let us know where you're watching us from today. Let me give you some of the latest with our dear brother. Of course, if you don't know, and I don't know how you couldn't, our brother, Jacob Blake, to me, it was almost, it was almost, execution style, to be honest with you. I don't know how they didn't hit him in the back of the head. And the idea that our brother is still fighting for his life and that he's even made it this far is absolutely amazing. But let's go there. Are y'all ready? Let's go there. New York in the building, Miami, Las Vegas, Philippines. All right now, Philippines, Indiana, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Arkansas, St. Louis, Virginia, Colorado, New York, Memphis, Seattle, Houston, Chicago, Baton Rouge, Jacksonville, Vegas again, Philadelphia. All right. England, UK is moving so fast, y'all. I'm missing them. Florida, Arkansas, Fort Worth, Canada, Switzerland, Nashville, California, a lot of places in California, Atlanta again, Orlando, DC, Harlem, Jersey, Denver, Austin, Atlanta, Vicksburg, Mississippi. You better go sit down. Y'all don't know about no Vicksburg, Mississippi. What you know about Vicksburg? Y'all play too much. What you know about Vicksburg, Mississippi? Grand Rapids, Alabama. All right now. Grand Rapids, Michigan. I'm sorry, but I saw something I think with Alabama that was going so fast. Maryland, Wisconsin. Welcome, 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 beloved. We have folk here in America and around the world that's tuned into the Vicki Show on flynubianqueentv.com. St. Vincent, we're so pleased that you are with us today. I want to give this disclaimer. The thoughts and opinions that are expressed by me on this broadcast, on this network, flynubianqueentv.com, are not necessarily those of the network or our affiliate syndicated networks. The reason why I make that, I say that to our affiliates is because our show is aired on other platforms. FlyNubianQueenTV.com is where I go live weekdays, but our show again is replayed on several other platforms in different time zones and sometimes even different days. So we want to say welcome to you. If you're watching us on one of the other platforms, please make sure that you like, that you follow. If you're watching us on Fly Nubian Queen TV, please give us the thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like and share. We ask that you do that because it helps to draw other folk into the broadcast. Now, enough of all that talking. That's very important information for me to give you guys because we're Black media, and you all know we got to make it do what it do. I want you to listen to some of the latest with our brother. Today, Jacob Blake's family held a press conference with their attorneys. Okay? I know I didn't do a formal post today, family, but that's all right. The right people at the right time will hear this broadcast. You can help draw other folk into the broadcast by sharing the link on your social media at the bottom of the screen. All you have to do is hit the share link, copy the link, and then put it out on your other broadcast. Shout out to you, Erica. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. And shout out to your sister, our sister, who's a CEO behind bars. Let her know we send love to her. Would you do that? Shout out to you, Rock Hill, South Carolina. Somebody said Alabamians in the house. Indeed, beloved. West Coast is deep in the chat room. That's right, beloved. Now watch this. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. I want to remind us for just a brief few seconds of what took place with our brother just the other day. I want to show you, it's literally a few seconds. If you are easily triggered, which I can totally understand, beware, I'm getting ready to play this, so you may want to turn your head. And if you have children, you may want to turn your head, because I just want to remind everybody what we're talking about. I went in depth on this subject yesterday, so be sure to check out yesterday's show, family. Be sure to check out yesterday's show. I see you, Louisville, Kentucky, in the building. They better hurry up and arrest Breonna Taylor's killers. They are fugitives. They still on the loose. Black society, we have our own most wanted. And those 3 race soldiers that murdered her, we're demanding their arrest. Somebody talk black to me. I'm drinking my little water and stuff. I have my drink. Y'all see how well worn it is, chinked all up. You can get yours, this and other apparel at Fly Nubian, at shopfnq.com, shopfnq.com, our store. We're still in holy uprising, family. We say it's still holy uprising. I'm giving you all a chance to get your children situated, or if you are triggered, just want to give you fair warning that I'm just going to play this very, very quickly, okay? Watch this. We're still in holy uprising, beloved. It's a holy time, being that we're the original man and the original woman, and we're the direct descendants of the God, one with force and power. And in fact, we ourselves are a God, little g, ones with force and power. It's a holy time because we are resisting as it's written. What is it? What does it say, y'all? What does a good book say? It says, resist the devil and he will flee. Resistance is the will of God in the face of tyranny, in the face of oppression, in the face of white supremacist terrorism. Somebody talk black to me. Shout out, because I said so. Yes, indeed. Oh, I love how you say that. Home of the hand claps and gavel rap. Somebody talk black to me. I can't wait till you do your book. I'm speaking it into existence. Watch this. It's written, resist the devil. First it says submit to God, resist the devil and he'll flee. Is that right, family? Oh, baby, we're not getting ready to be dealing with, we're not leaving us, this Joshua generation, that's us. Those of us that's going into the promised land. I'm not talking about the old bootlicks, bones, and biscuits. I'm not talking about them. I'm not talking about the Sambos and the community. I didn't say the community. I said the community. We're not talking about them. It's written what God thinks about them. Those that want to go back to Egypt. Those that enjoy the American system. Those that's fighting us. Those of us that are demanding reparations. Those of us that's demanding a land of our own. Those of us that said, no, we're going into the promised land. Those that's fighting us. God already made it clear what he thinks about you. He don't even want nothing to do with you. It took Moses to intercede so that God wouldn't take all you old school and old school thinkers out. But he still didn't let none of you all infect. Somebody say infect. He still didn't let none of you all infect the promised land. He let you die out for 40 years going around in the same exact circle. But he let your younger generation go and 2 from the older generation, Joshua and Caleb. That's it. That's all. And that's who we are today. That's what we're dealing with today. We're going into the promised land. So don't ask me, Vicki, are you dividing the black community when you calling out all these bootlicks and bones and biscuits and Sambos and Ain't Your Mama? No slowness. It's God. God ain't even trying to fool with everybody like that. God is trying to get rid of them. I'm just being like God. I'm acting like God. Okay, that's more than enough time for you, hopefully, to get your baby situated, because the video, which is only a few seconds, is very disturbing. Of course, these are the race soldiers that were in Kenosha, Wisconsin, that shot our unarmed brother in the back 7 to 8 times. And I'm going to give you an update of what took place today in the press conference. Again, you all know that I don't believe in just saying that black folk are unarmed for no reason. I'm just giving you the reports to let you know the situation. But I want to be clear that the Second Amendment makes it very clear that we have every right to be armed. So even if he was legally armed, family, that would be no justification for them to do what they did to our brother. Somebody talk black to me. Here we go. only played that because I don't know who may or may not have seen it, but I also wanted to remind you, for those of you who are still not convinced that Black folk are in war, I remind you of these things so that you will act like it. Are y'all hearing me today? I remind you of those things because you might get confused because of the type of battlefield we're on. You might get throwed. That's from the Victionary. You might be confused because of the battlefield, the theater of war that we're on. So you're not taking it seriously. People that know they're at war, that they're in a battle, they conduct themselves accordingly. That's my appeal to Black society here in America and around the world. That's important for us to know. That's important for us to get. Because these kinds of things will stop. For those that are asking, when are these things going to stop? These things will stop when we stop them. Shout out to you, young elder, for your gift. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. Did you hear what I said? I said these things will stop when we stop them. Today, Jacob Blake's family conducted a press conference along with their attorneys. It was quite interesting, to say the least. I want to proceed in my conversation about this press conference because it's not about disrespecting the family. I want to be very clear that we show empathy. Our prayers and our love goes out to the family and our brother's children. I believe he has about 6 children, if I'm mistaken. 3 of his boys were actually in the car based on reports when they attempted to murder our brother, when they attempted to assassinate our brother, execution style. But thankfully, he's still fighting for his life. That's been the latest. That was the latest. The update, dear family, that's what the show is about today. I decided to go ahead and let me just do an update versus me, discussing something else after I watched this press conference that basically just took place a few minutes ago. Not too long ago, I'll put it that way. And what I want you to listen very carefully to some of the language that was used during his press conference. Now, this piece that I'm reading to you, of course, you can imagine all major networks have been covering this. Of course, Black media, we've been on this. We've been ahead of this, actually. Everything we discuss, we're ahead of the game. Some of the latest that took place during this press conference, and I'm reading to you now from Chicago 5, the title, when you do a search about the press conference today, I want you to pay close attention. See, this is a place for intelligent Black people, spiritually intelligent Black people. This is the headline that was just put up even just an hour ago from Chicago 5. That says Jacob Blake's mother says son would be, quote, unpleased by response to Kenosha shooting. BBC News, this is a European publication. Here's their headline. Jacob Blake, Wisconsin Black man will need miracle to walk again. CBS News has something similar about Jacob Blake being paralyzed after he was shot. CNN's title, CNN's headline. Wonder if you're starting to see a pattern form in just a moment. Jacob Blake's mom says violence doesn't reflect her son. And when you continue to go down, you hear them say stuff like Jacob Blake's family press conference transcript. Fox 6 talks about Jacob Blake family press conference. NBC, attorney Benjamin Crump. And then it goes on through a few other publications. And with me watching coverage both on CNN and MSNBC, both of those white media outlets emphasized, y'all listen, no disrespect, Julia Jackson, the mother of our brother Jacob Blake, they were emphasizing what she said during the press conference. But what's so fascinating is that the press conference did not just consist of one parent. Listen, I love you back, and thank you for your gift. This press conference not only included some of his siblings, his attorneys, his mother, but it included his father, whose name just so happens to be Jacob Blake Sr. Your sister, me, Vicki, I have been warning you, showing you, explaining to you how the white supremacist uses the black woman and the black man against each other. I have emphasized to you over and over again how they are instigating black gender wars amongst us, we the victims, we the collective victims of white supremacy. Your white supremacists are implementing the divide and conquer strategy amongst us, got us fighting each other, got us hollering about Bill Cosby being locked up more than we're hollering about them and Hollywood and the pedophile church. They got us emphasizing our own, highlighting our own, making our own the face of violence, sexual predation, sexual deviancy, and every other form of wickedness and perversion that you can think of. I've been doing my best to keep you peeping the game. And your open enemy knows that the best time to launch an attack, listen, please. Your open enemy knows that the best time to launch an attack, to inflict harm, is when the opposition is most vulnerable and weakest. When they appear vulnerable, desperate. So during this time is when their senses are more heightened to attack. Because you are not wicked. Because your nature is righteousness. I didn't say that some of you are not are manifesting your full righteousness today. I said your nature. See, a lot of our people are not acting according to our nature. Why? Because we've been made other than ourselves. I'm going to need you to listen. Someone put us in another environment, God today, and we are behaving and manifesting traits other than ourselves. But that's not our natural state for the original man and woman. So we don't think like that. We don't do our hands like this. Woo. Somebody's dying. Somebody is projected to possibly die. Somebody gets shot 7 or 8 times. We don't rub our hands together and say, okay, let's get them. But I'm trying to remind you and teach you and point out that this is exactly what the opposition is thinking right now. Is how can they take advantage of this situation in the same way they're taking advantage of the COVID-19? This is what they're doing. And with that being said, already your white media is exacerbating Black gender wars. And I'm going to prove it to you in no limited time. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up for all of you that are giving. I'm sure I missed several of your names that came through. I blessed your gifts 1,000-fold. I see Victor Watkins. I know I missed a couple of other ones. Your gifts are blessed 1,000-fold. Thank you so much for underwriting Black media. Y'all listen to me today. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Keep liking and sharing. Axios, just a few minutes ago, not too long ago, I want you to look at their headline. Are you seeing a pattern? Do you see what the headline here there is? Jacob Blake's mother calls for prayers. End to violent protest in Kenosha. Some of y'all might be having withdrawals because you're not used to thinking and seeing right. Just endure the pain. Endure the difficulty of thinking. You're going to press through and you're going to be the better for it. Just hang out with us. Resist the withdrawals. Endure them. Don't resist them. Actually endure them, because you're getting ready to get to the other side, to intelligence, in just about 5 minutes. You're seeing a pattern, and I've just read you just a few, where they're emphasizing and have included in almost a third of the headlines that I read to you, emphasizing the mother, barely mentioning the father. And let me tell you, there's a reason for that. I want you to know today, I have a cure for you in a few minutes, brothers. I got a cure for us today. I'm specifically speaking to the brothers in a minute. I'm getting ready to give the brothers some instructions, if you would be so kind to take it from your sister. Listen. So Axios says in theirs, Jacob Blake's mother calls for prayers, end to violent protests in Kenosha. Why in the world would they do that? It says Jacob Blake's mother, which I watched quite a bit of the press conference, by the way, family. I endured it. Jacob Blake's mother, Julia Jackson, implored Kenosha residents on Tuesday to bring an end to the violence and followed the police shooting of her son, adding, the police shooting of her son, adding, we really just need prayers. Kenosha, Wisconsin has been in a state of chaos. Somebody say chaos. God today. Somebody say Kenosha is on fire. I said Kenosha is on fire, baby. The holy uprising continues unabated. I need somebody Black to talk Black to me. It's been in a state of chaos since police shot Blake, a 29-year-old Black man, 8 times, months after the police killing of George Floyd in Minneapolis. Protests have consumed Kenosha with calls for racial justice and an end to police brutality. Attorney Ben Crump, who has represented other victims of police shootings and their families, commented on Blake's condition Tuesday afternoon. Listen, as you keep giving us a thumbs up, liking and sharing. Please make sure that you like and share. The medical diagnosis right now is that he's paralyzed. And because those bullets severed his spinal cord, y'all listen, and shattered some of his vertebrae, it is going to take a miracle for Jacob Blake Jr. to ever walk again. He's currently in surgery as we speak, still struggling to sustain his life and to hopefully become some resemblance of the man he once was. If Jacob knew, this is what they're saying. This is what his mother said. His mother, Miss Julia Jackson. I don't want any of us to be disrespectful to his mother right now who's hurting. That's understandable. So I want us to elevate the conversation to talk about the principle of this, because I want us to be clear. The immediate family is hurting. Watch this. But there is another family that's involved in this too. And it is Black society at large. Because we understand that your situation, your Black son, that incident with our brother Jacob is our story. The problem is that what happens to one of us here in America, I'm talking to the Black family today, is happening to what? To all of us. That's the problem. So there's a two-way thing here to where we're respecting the family's hurt and grievance. But at the same time, we still have a voice here too, because we're an extended family in this situation. You understand? So you don't get to X out our voice. It's a big family here. It's a big family affair. And so sometimes mainstream media outlets emphasize what the mom and the dad, the biological mother or the biological father, is saying about a situation in order to mute us and to silence us and to separate us so that we don't see our interconnection with this thing, baby. But we're connected whether you like it or lump it. We respectfully, somebody say respectfully, have something to say. We're going to weigh in on this. You know why we're going to weigh in? Because you are not the only ones that's grieving. How do we know? We keep listing. We keep listing name after name after name after name after name. So we've got something to say. So everybody's going to have to get used to us weighing in on this. I didn't say you're at war. I said we are at war. And you're just going to have to just get with it, baby. We got something to say about this. Because we're affected by it. We got something to say. Respecting the individual decisions that the family makes, we get that. But we got something to say. Somebody say respectfully, though. Keep listening. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Keep liking and sharing, family. Don't forget, those of you, I'm getting ready in just a few days, this Saturday, live, I'm getting ready to conduct this amazing A Course in Angels. 2-hour intensive. If you're the individual that's looking for a life of more purpose and power, I'm talking for a reasonable rate, y'all. Come on now. This is as much as it costs for 2 or 3 or 4 y'all to eat from one of those places that deliver food to you and stuff. DoorDash or Uber Eats or whatever those things are. That's what this is. I know I've heard of a Black organization that does this. I don't think they're here in Colorado, but whoever they are, shout them out. That's not what this costs. Come on and talk Black to me. Go to flynubianmastermind.com to sign up. Flynubian Mastermind. Flynubianmastermind.com. If you join my weekly mastermind for $1 for the first 30 days, you get automatic access to that. And that is at clubvicky.com. So you have 2 options. Again, please pay close attention to the chat throughout the show, because our beautiful moderators are going to put important links in the chat throughout. Okay? Listen. Excuse me. Watch this. Let me keep reading. Don't forget that shooting Don't forget what you saw. Don't forget the savage manner in which those race soldiers murdered our brother, pulling his shirt to shoot him. A man that was no threat. Their lives weren't in danger. Don't forget that. His babies in the car. Don't forget. A father that loves all of his babies, take care of all of his children. Don't forget. A brother that's a security guard that knows how situations were getting escalated. A brother, based on reports, was actually on the scene because he was trying to break up a fight. He was actually trying to be a peacemaker. I want you to keep those things in your mind, because that doesn't just tell you about your brother Jacob Blake Jr. That tells you about your open enemy. It keeps pointing to a contrary nature of your enemy. Keep that in your mind as I keep reading. Watch this. Watch this. This is Miss Julia Jackson. Who's Julia Jackson? This is the mother, right? This is Miss Julia Jackson. This is Jacob Blake's mother. Quote, if Jacob knew what was going on, as far as that goes, the violence and the destruction, he would be very unpleased. So I really am asking and encouraging everyone in Wisconsin and abroad to take a moment and examine your hearts. Family, let me tell you all something. This is a raggedy old bones and biscuit bootlick Aunt Jemima Jim Crow era pattern that we see in our day and in our lifetime every time a black family is getting ready to do a press conference. Now, let me ask you something with all due respect. When you are dealing with a tragedy in your own life, some of you have dealt with unjust violence and murder with some of your family. Some of you have dealt with other violent types of circumstances and situations, right? You mean to tell me that when you're in a position to hold someone accountable, is the first thing that comes to your mind is so-and-so wouldn't want no violence right now? Or like George Floyd's family going out there on the Democratic stage talking about we should just vote and stuff. My brother wouldn't want, one of the brothers at least said it, my brother wouldn't want us to vote. Wouldn't want us to do all this violence and stuff. He would just be so disappointed. Now, don't forget, one of the other brothers was calling for the death penalty in the George Floyd case at one time. But watch this. Is that normal? How come every single time you see a black family getting ready to get the whole world's attention, when all of the world is listening and the microphones are on them, how is it that every single time the families are trotted out to say, everybody stop the violence? So my son, my daughter wouldn't want that. They would be so hurt. I'm not saying that this is the case for real, but I'm look, y'all know I don't like to jump to conclusions. I really try to understand our people coming from all sides. But let me say this. It does kind of make you wonder. Are some of these things being said so that it signals to city officials and other legal officials to be willing to work with them when it comes down to a legal settlement later on or something? I don't know. I believe the family deserves money. Don't get it twisted. I believe that you need to punish race soldiers in every way possible. But I'm just saying, what's going on behind the scenes that every single time this happens? The natural, when you're going through hell, the first thing that comes to mind is not, my family member would be so hurt that you're doing this. Can I tell you that that's slave thinking? Listen to what I'm saying. You've already heard what white mainstream news outlets are saying. You're listening to black media. Listen. What are you saying when you say things? And I'm quoting her. If Jacob knew what was going on, as far as that goes, the violence and the destruction, he would be very unpleased. So I really am asking and encouraging everyone in Wisconsin and abroad to take a moment to examine your hearts. First thing, whenever Black folks come out to tell other Black folk, stop what you're doing, you're really telling them that our people are not worth and are not worthy of being requited. When you say such things, you are saying that our lives are not worthy of the perpetrators being punished. I know what some of you all are thinking. Some of you all are saying, well, no, Vicki, that's what some of y'all are saying. That's not what she's saying. Black family, we've been conditioned and programmed in such a way you don't even know what you are thinking. Your thoughts are not even your own. You haven't even thought through what you're saying. You haven't even thought through the implications. When you say stop that, you are saying that the lives of either the slain or the lives of those who experienced violence is not worthy of punishment and a response. Some of you are saying, well, no, she's just saying just let the system work itself. That's what she's saying. If you don't get your funny looking self somewhere and sit down, let me tell you something, and I need you to listen and listen good. Listen to her words. If Jacob knew what was going on, as far as that goes, the violence and the destruction, he would be very unpleased. The problem that I have, this is not about attacking his mother. I'm talking about the sentiment, the principle of us making it a habit of coming out saying stuff like that. Wow. Wow. This kind of violence right here means I can't even mumble out of my mouth what nobody else is doing. You understand? The only violence I'm talking about in the press conference is white supremacist violence perpetrated on my Black child. Now, in this instance, because I'm a member of the Blake family, see, I'm a member of the Blake family. How about you? I'm a member of the Blake family. I said I'm a member of the Blake family. The only violence that I have time to address is what these race soldiers did to my brother. How do we even have time? See, Black family, you're so used to being a slave. Black family, we're so used to be made to feel unworthy that we feel uncomfortable when somebody does something because it's a sign that our lives actually matters. It's what I said it is just now. Not you sitting up there talking about, no, it's about the destruction of somebody's property. What? We're talking about the supreme destruction of someone's life. We don't have time to address anything else. You can rebuild stores. I'm too busy worried about my son that I don't even have time to address nothing else. You got us feeling so stupid. You got the Black family feeling we're so slavish. We're such the help. We're so concerned about white supremacist America and making them feel all right. That when somebody proves to us that our lives matter and that nobody had any business touching us, we feel real uncomfortable. That's what this is about. Nothing else. And you all, some of you that think, no, she's just talking about focusing on the system, because she called upon the legal system to do their jobs and to search their hearts. But the overall implication and the programming on a subconscious level is to let Black folk know that your lives are not worth being responded to in this way. Thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. Let's get through this thing here. Let's get through this. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Like and share, would you? Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. Follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. Watch this. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. She says, as I pray, I'm quoting her, as I pray for my son's healing, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, I've also been praying, even before this, for the healing of our country. She says, let's use our hearts, our love, and our intelligence to work together to show the rest of the world how humans are supposed to treat each other. America is great when we behave greatly. That's true. It says the demonstrations remained peaceful until 8 p.m. curfew on Monday. Law enforcement fired tear gas at the demonstrators, according to the Washington Post. Protesters threw firecrackers and water bottles, set fires, and attacked signs and storefronts, according to the Post. Do y'all think I'm going to say something to the brothers in the street? The issue ain't none of them. The issue is not our people that's got Wisconsin on fire. You don't have time to worry about a symptom of something when you're not dealing with the root of the issue. So if you think for 1 second that I'm fixing to sit up here and tell our people, you got me messed up. You finish it. You got me all the way confused. Watch this. Watch this. I'm going somewhere. Watch this. If you scrolled all the way to the end of that piece, it ends by talking about the ACLU. It doesn't quote the father in this instance. Watch this. Watch this. But I want you to hear something today, Black family. I want you to hear something today. I've been tweeting about this. And by the way, you can follow me. You can follow me on Twitter at Dillard Vicki, my last name first. You can follow me on Twitter at Dillard Vicki, okay? Listen. So I went to pull this up, trying to find something on his father, right? Because I watched the press conference. Again, I was going through the thing just to see how they was going to cover this, which was totally predictable, right? Very little, once again, about what the father said. So a few news outlets played the first portion of Jacob Blake Sr. speaking. He spoke for just a few seconds, y'all. He got very emotional. And then he even left the press conference. Watch this. When Daddy, Jacob Blake Sr. came back, watch this. When Daddy, Jacob Blake Sr. got back on the microphone, and he was emotional, and he has good reason to be. Not only did he pray a prayer in Arabic, y'all talk black to me, because see, Muslims, they not taught turn no other to the cheeks. No, they're taught that you're not supposed to be the aggressor. But they're taught that you're supposed to fight with those that fight against you. See, the Muslim mindset is you put hands on me to take my life, that's going to be the last. It's going to be the last. About the last. It's going to be about the last. Truly spiritual people understand that the greatest gift they have is their life. And the greatest gift that you can give back to the God that gave you the life is the protection of it. So the daddy got up there. Somebody talk black to me. Y'all play too much. Y'all play too much. Y'all play too much. And by the time the dad started to pray, y'all play too much. I didn't get there fast enough so that they could record what daddy said. Jacob Blake Sr. said. I only literally got these few seconds.
I like to thank the lamb. I don't want to be a lamb. I like to thank.
That's about all I got of daddy when got daddy. Watch this. But that wasn't all that daddy said. Daddy broke down. Daddy cried. Daddy got good reason to break down his son. But daddy's tears, guess what daddy did when he left? Guess what daddy said when he came back? Daddy said, I don't trust white people. This is the reason why your white stream media only played that first few seconds of what daddy said. The reason all of their headlines now is elevating what mama said about prayer and stuff. Mama said about her son wouldn't want all this violence and stuff. Daddy talking about what he don't trust about white people and stuff. Calling on a different kind of God that don't have no stringy hair and is pale face with some blue eyes and stuff. Somebody say, Alhamdulillah. Today. Somebody say, Allahu Akbar. Whether you're Muslim or not, whether you understand Islam or not, how many of y'all know that whenever white folk hear anything that deviates from the Christianity that they tainted, they get scared. Stuff in them starts moving and shaking. They know that your language is proof of another nation. It's proof of a possible another mindset. God, today. See, when you're a white Christian, beloved, or you subscribe to that type of dogma, beloved, you're predictable. They know you're already neutralized. They know you're already docile. They know you already submitted because the white Jesus is the original Zaddy. God, today. I'm helping you today. And let me give you the cure that I told you a few minutes ago when I came on. I'm not going to be here for 500 hours today. I'm going to get in and get on now. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Keep liking and sharing. Don't forget we have a Black Business School. If you want to learn how to build a Black business, go to flynubianbusiness.com. Go to flynubianbusiness.com. Y'all know I love reading from scripture, but I give the right revelation. I'm not giving you no interpretation that your open enemy tampered with. Listen. Daddy had tears. Daddy was emotional. Daddy had every right to be. But the daddy's emotion asked him about what he don't trust about no white people. God, today. He was calling out. He was calling out. That's 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3, man. And he didn't make no bones about it. He didn't just use euphemisms like police violence. He didn't say those who are opposers and enemies to Black people. He said, I don't trust white people. He said it during the conference, like clear and he didn't equivocate God today. With no gray area what daddy said. And then he had the nerve to say it with a bunch of emotion and power too. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Thumbs up, keep liking and sharing. You all know that the numbers show us that there was an overwhelming number of Black women that are in church, right? We're deeply spiritual. Listen, we're deeply spiritual. Our men are deeply spiritual. But there was a certain affinity that Black women in particular have with the church that's still a bit stronger than men. Watch this. Brothers, let me tell you something, and I say this respectfully to you. Let me tell you something. I heard in a lecture from Minister Farrakhan one time, I think somebody asked him a question about what a man is supposed to be or how a man is supposed to, behave and all this kind of stuff, right? And it may even been something to do specifically with, I forget how the question was formulated, but something to do with how they're supposed to be a man or a husband, father, so forth. And you know what Minister Farrakhan told them to basically take their cues from? The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He was telling the man to manifest those traits. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. God's a provider, right? He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. Is that the one? No. Our Father, that's the one. The Lord's Prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven. Y'all listen. Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Providing and forgive us our trespasses. We forgive those who trespass against us. That's what it was. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from it. He broke all of that down, how the man manifests those traits, right? Can I help you brothers today? Since statistically they show that there is an affinity, especially with Black women in the Christian church. Again, Black folks in general, we're very spiritual people. But something for some of the brothers are really turned off when we start to deal with this white Jesus stuff, right? Watch this. Black men, if you be a Black God, our Father who art in heaven, brothers, if you manifest that, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down. If you manifest those traits of God's brothers, I'm trying to help you today. Black man, be a Black God so that your woman will stop fooling with this white zaddy, this white Jesus. I believe in the Black Jesus, the Black revolutionary one. But if you won't, I know y'all used to, nobody told you that white Jesus is a zaddy, the original zaddy. Black man, I'm trying to let you know today. If you do the Lord is my shepherd, if you start manifesting those traits that the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed, manifest those things. Bring peace, protection, wisdom, counsel. If you bring in the traits of God, if you manifest a God traits, brothers, I'm trying to tell you today, if you will manifest like a Black God, if you be a Black God, your wife about to abandon that zaddy in about 5 minutes. I did say that. You can quote me. And I ain't no shame about it. That white Jesus that they gave us, that's the original zaddy. And Black women, we love that one. Tell the truth. We swirlers, some of us. That Jesus right there. Some of us are swirlers, but that's zaddy. You have a fidelity and a respect and an honor for that one, like you don't have any other man. Brothers, I'm trying to let you know, if you want to break that off of your wife, if you want to break that off of your woman, manifest as a Black God. Don't get caught up, family, in the semantics of what I'm saying. I understand his name is Yeshua. Some say Yeshua HaMashiach. I'm using modern parlance. I know that the letter J was not even a part of the original. Flow with me. When I'm giving credit to certain religions, I'm giving credit to certain spiritualities and confirming and acknowledging the realities and the truth of some of that. Don't mess it up by coming up in here trying to be unnecessarily technical. I'm acknowledging the power and the gems within your political, religious, and spiritual persuasion. But at the same time, I'm talking to other people that don't believe like you. Sit down and roll with me. Now, on the count of three, for those of you that haven't, please hit the thumbs up button. On the count of three, for those of you that haven't, please hit the thumbs up button. And if you're watching us on flynubianqueentv.com, or if you're watching us on one of our YouTube affiliates, if you happen to be watching us on one of our other platforms, beloved, where the show is replayed or syndicated, please like, follow, and share on the count of three. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up.
Your heart.
Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Watch this. Watch this, y'all. So you see the gender wars that white media is playing with the black man and the black woman, even in the situation with the mother, right? I showed you a quick few second video of the dad, right? Right?
I like to thank the lamb. God knows not to be a lamb.
Now that's Daddy Jacob Blake Sr., right? But then Mama came up there. I'm not gonna play all of what Mama said. No disrespect to the woman. Y'all talk black to me. She said some good stuff. Watch this. Thumbs up, family. I'm getting ready to cue this, so thank you for your patience. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Keep liking and sharing, would you? Okay, here we go. I want you to listen to this, a little bit of this video footage of Mama speaking.
What's wrong? As we're fighting for his life. And we really just need prayers. As I was riding through here, through the city, I noticed a lot of damage. It doesn't reflect my son or my family. If Jacob knew what was going on as far as that goes, the violence and the destruction, he would be very unpleased. So I'm really asking and encouraging everyone in Wisconsin and abroad to take a moment and examine your hearts. Citizens, police officers, firemen, clergy, politicians, do Jacob justice on this level and examine your hearts. We need healing. As I pray for my son's healing, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, I also have been praying even before this, for the healing of our country.
Yes. Yes.
God has placed each and every one of us in this country because he wanted us to be here. Clearly, you can see by now that I have beautiful brown skin. But take a look at your hand, and whatever shade it is beautiful as well.
Amen. Yes.
How dare we hate what we are? We are humans. God did not make one type of tree or flower or fish or horse or grass or rock. How dare you ask him to make one type of human that looks just like you?
Wow.
I'm not talking to just Caucasian people. I am talking to everyone. White, black, Japanese, Chinese, red, brown. No one is superior to the other. The only supreme being is God himself. Please, let's begin to pray for healing for our nation. We are the United States.
Okay, I was laughing, not at the sister, but I was laughing at whoever just gave to the super chat. Y'all play too much. Somebody just gave money to ask me to turn her off. Y'all play God today. Ooh, y'all something else. Lord have mercy. Now watch this. What did we say? We're showing respect to the mom, right? Respect to the family. But we're understanding that we're extended family, so we got something to say too. We're extended family because whenever somebody else one of them getting murdered, we all targets, right? So we're doing this respectfully. But to the mother, I'm getting ready to grant one of her requests here in just a moment. But let's break down some of this for just a quick second. Not all of this, because it's just too much. Now it's very clear why all the major publications and the commentary that we see on, you're seeing now why they're just briefly mentioning Daddy Blake Sr., right? They pay that quick little moment on there when he said about his son's life matter and how many times his son was shot, right? But they don't show the part where Daddy busts back through the press conference, right? They're not showing that part where he's sitting there praying in Arabic, replaying that over and over again. And they're not replaying the part where he said and emphasized who the problem was. Notice how mother sat up there and was very dubious and unclear about who the opposition was, wasn't she? Mama was skirting around who the enemy was, right? Mama said, how dare you? Something about the color of skin. Mama said, I'm talking to not just white, but black, Asian, and she started listing off a whole bunch of other stuff that ain't got nothing to do with today. Now, I'm going to need the intelligent black people to talk black to me right now. Shout out to you, Otis. What color were the people that murdered our sister Breonna Taylor? I just want to make sure I got my facts right because I could have missed something. What color were the race soldiers who took out our brother Rayshard Brooks? What color were the people that took out our brother George Floyd? Mama, this is the problem with this intersectionalism and the confusion of who clearly and what clearly we're dealing with. We are dealing with white supremacy. And don't get it twisted. White supremacy manifests through sometimes black-skinned looking people, right? Black looking people, those mindsets. But that ain't what the mama was going at. I want to be very clear. Daddy came out there. Daddy didn't mince nobody's words. Somebody talk black. It still shows it's stuck.